What's up, Freckle family? Welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. It's Monday, July 18th, and I'm your daily trivia host, Ian Finer, aka Lord Trivia himself. Freckle Daily Trivia consists of 5 everyday questions with weekly rotating topics. Each day you play earns you a raffle ticket towards amazing weekly prize draws like NFT airdrops, whitelist, toys, collectibles, and more. This week is a sole play-to-earn gaming takeover week. MetaOps, Glizzy Royale, and Soulcraft have all teamed up to bring you a fresh week of video game trivia. So of course, I'll be asking you all things related to video games and gaming. Prizes this week come from our Solana gaming partners, and they give you access to incredible play-to-earn games. Also up for grabs are some video games that we're giving away, Funko Pop toys, and some more to be announced in our Discord server. Before we start, check out this video from MetaOps. Thank you, MetaOps. I've become obsessed with your game. I hope to see everybody playing. I'm going to top that leaderboard, so good luck. Question 1. Why do Mario and Luigi have mustaches? Is it because A, all Italians have mustaches? B, it was difficult to give them facial expressions? C, the game developers all had mustaches at the time? Or D, it was requested by the founder of Nintendo? Well, the answer is B. It was difficult to give them facial expressions. According to Shigeru Miyamoto, they had to draw Mario as a small character, and at the same time, they had to make him look human. To do that, they needed to draw distinctive features for him, such as giving him a big nose, and they gave him that mustache, so artists didn't need to draw a mouth. It is very difficult to show facial expressions on small characters. Next, question 2. Where does Five Nights at Freddy's take place? Is it A, Chuck E. Cheese, B, Freddy's Motel 6, C, Walmart, or D, Fazbear's Pizza? Well, the terrifying animatronics come to life at night in D, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The location takes a strong inspiration from family pizza restaurants like Chuck E. Cheese and has your character navigate these different environments while horrifying stuffed animals jump scare you at every turn. I genuinely hate that game. Moving on, and I hope you know your Japanese for this next question. What does Tamagotchi mean in Japanese? Is it A, little pet, B, pocket friend, C, egg watch, or D, egg toy? Well, created by our friends at Bandai in 1996, Bandai states that the Tamagotchi is a combination of Japanese words tamago, meaning egg, and uochi, meaning watch. When you put these words together, you get our answer C, egg watch. I used to have several Tamagotchis growing up as a kid, and big surprise, every single one of my pet Tamagotchis died from starvation. Next question. What was the first video game console to be offered by an American company since the Atari? Is it A, Xbox, B, Commodore 64, C, the Game Boy Advanced, or D, the Dreamcast? Released on November 15, 2001, the answer is A. The original Xbox was the first video game console offered by an American company since the Atari. Bill Gates had thought about making deals with Sega and Nintendo to manufacture the Xbox, but both deals fell through. In fact, Gates did in fact play with the idea of buying Nintendo outright for $25 billion in order to make producing the Xbox easier. Now, the final question of our day, question 5. What instrument is Link known for playing in the Legend of Zelda series? Is it A, the flute, B, the violin, C, the wind whistle? Is it A, the flute, B, the 12-hole ocarina, C, the violin, or D, the wind whistle? Well, Link is most known for playing B, the 12-hole ocarina. Nintendo even released The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, featuring a boy playing an ocarina on the cover. With over 500,000 copies pre-ordered and 7 million sold, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was one of the most popular video games at the time. And that concludes our first day of Seoul Play to Earn Gaming Takeover Week. I've been your host, Ian Feiner. Thank you so much for playing. Make sure you jump in our Discord, discord.gg/Freckle, to be included in our weekly prize raffles. We'll see you again tomorrow for another round of video game trivia. Thanks for playing. What's up, Freckle family? It's Tuesday, July 19th, and I'm your daily trivia host, Ian Feiner, aka Lord Trivia himself. Freckle Daily Trivia consists of 5 everyday questions with weekly rotating topics. Each day you play earns you a raffle ticket towards amazing weekly prize draws, including NFT airdrops, whitelists, toys, collectibles, and more. This week is a Seoul Play to Earn Gaming Takeover. MetaOps, Glizzy Royale, and Soulcraft have teamed up to bring you a fresh week of video game trivia. So of course, I'll be asking you about all things related to games and gaming. Prizes this week are airdrops from our Solana gaming partners that will give you access to their amazing play-to-earn games. Also up for grabs are some Funko Pop toys, video games, and more to be announced in our Discord. Before we start, check out this video from Glizzy Royale. Well, if Fortnite mixed with hot dogs isn't enough to get y'all excited, I don't know what is. I'm ready to glizzy down. Thank you, Glizzy Royale, for providing us with these awesome NFT airdrops. Now let's get things started with the first question of the day. Question 1, what were the first Pokemon games released in North America? Is it A, Red and Blue, B, Gold and Silver, C, Ruby and Sapphire, or D, Green and Yellow? Although true Pokemon fans will know that Pokemon was originally called Pocket Monsters in Japan and released as Red and Green, the American and European release changed the name to Pokemon and was released A, Red and Blue. Pokemon is also one of the best-selling video games of all time. Gotta catch them all. Moving on to question 2, what was the first console with a CD disc drive? Is it A, the GameCube, B, the Sega Saturn, C, the PlayStation, or D, the TurboGrafx 16? Well, the forgotten console of the so-called console wars, the answer is D, the TurboGrafx 16, aka the PC Engine. Released in Japan in 1987 and later in the United States in 1989, the TurboGrafx 16 had to compete with the likes of supergiants such as the Sega Genesis and the Super NES. Even though it was released first, it sadly never stood a chance, and that's why you probably have never heard of the TurboGrafx 16. Moving on to the next question, question 3, who is set to acquire Activision Blizzard for around $70 billion? Is the answer A, Sony, B, Nintendo, C, Microsoft, or D, Ubisoft? Purchasing each share for around $95 each, the answer is C. Microsoft will buy Activision Blizzard for exactly $68.7 billion. Elon Musk, being the troll that he is, would have probably made sure to buy it for $69 billion exactly. Activision Blizzard is responsible for making games like Call of Duty, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Diablo, and many modern-day classics. Gamers everywhere were worried that these games would no longer be playable on the PlayStation, but Microsoft put those worries to rest, assuring that gamers would still be able to wreck noobs in COD on the Sony consoles. Next question, hope this one doesn't wreck you. Question 4, what do they call the zombies in The Last of Us video games? Is it A, clickers, B, walkers, C, zombies, or D, the undead? Well, although walkers are from another popular series, The Walking Dead, the correct answer is A, clickers. Speaking of The Walking Dead, there's actually an Easter egg in The Last of Us video game where you can see Clementine's house from The Walking Dead Telltale series. I love The Last of Us. It is a marvel in storytelling. Make sure you play The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2 if you have the chance. So the final question of the day, question 5. What is the most expensive video game ever made? Is it A, Grand Theft Auto 5, B, Red Dead Redemption 2, C, Cyberpunk 2077, or D, Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Well, costing anywhere in between $370 and $540 million, the answer is B. Red Dead Redemption 2 is by far the most expensive game of all time. Rockstar had to outdo themselves with their previous most expensive game, Grand Theft Auto 5. Red Dead Redemption 2 boasts breathtaking scenery and a massive open world to explore. The second most expensive game of all time is Cyberpunk 2077. But I think most gamers would agree that they probably should have spent a few more dollars because the game was released almost entirely broken. And that concludes today's round of Soul Play to Earn Gaming Takeover Week. I've been your host, Ian Feiner. Thanks so much for playing. Make sure you jump in our Discord, discord.gg/Freckle, to be included in our weekly prize raffles. We'll see you again tomorrow for another round of video game trivia. Thanks for playing. What's up, Freckle family? It's Wednesday, July 20th, and I'm your daily trivia host, Ian Feiner, aka Lord Trivia himself. Freckle Daily Trivia consists of 5 everyday questions with weekly rotating topics. Each day you play earns you a raffle ticket towards amazing weekly prize draws like NFT airdrops, toys, whitelist collectibles, and more. This week's theme is a takeover by my favorite Soul gaming projects. Meta Ops, Glizzy Royale, and Soulcraft have all teamed up to bring you a week of video game trivia. So of course, I'll be asking you about all things video game and gaming related. This week's prizes are airdrops from the Solana gaming projects that will give you access to their incredible play-to-earn ecosystems. Also up for grabs are some Funko Pop toys, assorted video games, NFT laser engravings, and more to be announced in our Discord. Check out this video from Soulcraft, one of our play-to-earn gaming projects.
Soulcraft. 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 I'm so crafty, but I made a rap about Soulcraft. If you ask me, it's the best play to throw your dope at. Get a land parcel with a snow cap. Hit the dashboard, set your tax. As a landowner, you catch no flack. Players got a mind for they soul stacked. Like, oh damn, I gotta go back. I'm going too fast, most won't understand it. Soul at night, hold it tight.
Thank you, Soulcraft, for your giveaways. Their game is incredible. They'll be giving away a couple playable NFTs. Now, let's get it started with the first question of the day. Question 1, who developed The Witcher 3? Is it A, CD Projekt Red, B, Naughty Dog, C, Rockstar, or D, DICE? Well, before being regarded as one of the best open world and story games of all time and later a Netflix show, CD Projekt Red created The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is so incredibly massive that it has over 3 million lines of code. This is due to The Witcher 3's many branching story arcs and small minute details like Geralt's beard growing in real time. I love The Witcher 3. If you haven't played it, now's as good a time as any. Next, let's go on to the next question. Waka 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 waka. What is the name of the orange ghost in Pac-Man? Is it A, Ivy, B, B. Blinky, C. Gabe, or D. Clyde? Well, all the ghosts were originally supposed to be the same color, but Namco president Masaya Nakamura wanted all the ghosts to be distinguishable from each other. All the ghosts have names, but the orange ghost goes by D. Clyde. Toru Iwatani wanted a game to attract more women, younger players, and couples to a game that wasn't about war, which is why the game is filled with fun colors and cute shapes. Next question is for the Bro Army. PewDiePie started growing his popularity from playing what game? Is it A. Minecraft, B. Amnesia: The Dark Descent, C. Siren, or D. Call of Duty? Well, PewDiePie started to make a name for himself by screaming at the horror game B. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. After he started growing an audience through his Amnesia fanbase Let's Play series, he soon dropped out of college and started working at a hot dog stand. Shout out Glizzy Gang. To support himself. 111 million subscribers later, I think he made the right choice by pursuing a YouTube career. Next question, what are the two factions in the World of Warcraft game? Is it A, the Dead and the Living, B, Alliance and Horde, C, Triumvirate and the Alliance, or D, Light and Dark? Well, one of the most important decisions you'll make in the World of Warcraft game is choosing your faction, and the two factions in the game are in fact B, Alliance and Horde. The more popular faction in the game is Alliance, with a little more than half of the player base joining this side. But all Horde players know that the Alliance is for noobs only. Final question of the day, hope you're not a noob. What was Sega's first coin-operated game called? Is it A, Duck Dive, B, Frogger, C, Periscope, or D, Hamburger Time? Released in 1965, C, Periscope, was the first coin-operated game by Sega. It was a game where you would see out of a periscope of a submarine and would sink warships. A bigger version of the game with multiple periscopes was eventually made for carnivals and sideshows. And that concludes today's round of Soul Play to Earn Takeover Week. I've been your host, Ian Feiner. Thank you so much for playing. Make sure you hop in our Discord, discord.gg/Freckle, to be included in our weekly prize raffles. We'll see you again tomorrow for another round of video game trivia. Thanks for playing. What's up, Freckle family? It's Thursday, July 21st, and I'm your daily trivia host, Ian Feiner, aka Lord Trivia himself. Freckle Daily Trivia consists of 5 everyday questions with weekly rotating topics. Each day you play earns you a raffle ticket towards amazing weekly prize draws like NFT airdrops, whitelist, toys, collectibles, and more. This week's theme is a Soul Play to Earn gaming takeover week. MetaOps, Glizzy Royale, and Soulcraft have all teamed up to bring you a fresh week of video game trivia. So I'll be asking you all things about games and gaming. Prizes this week are airdrops from the Solana gaming partners that will give you access to their incredible play-to-earn gaming ecosystems. Also up for grabs are some Funko Pops, video games, and of course, NFT laser engravings. Now, make sure you check out this video from NFT Laser Engravers. Let's go. Thank you so much, NFT Laser Engravers. Honestly, these pieces are incredible. We've already had 2 lucky winners, and I can't wait to see how these engravings turn out of the NFT from their collection. We have a winner this week and a winner next week, totaling 4 lucky winners of NFT Laser Engravers. Again, thank you so much. Their project is an amazing way to showcase your NFT. Now, let's get it started with the first question of the day. Question 1, which is the original first-person shooter video game? Is it A, Doom, B, Wolfenstein 3D, C, GoldenEye, or D, Battlefield? And the answer is B, Wolfenstein 3D. Wolfenstein 3D is considered the godfather of all modern shooting games, but there were actually two Wolfenstein games that came before it. One was called Castle Wolfenstein and launched nearly a decade before Wolfenstein 3D in 1981. And it was a top-down, stealth-based action-adventure title, and it was actually the first video game that I ever played. Moving on to the next question, what was the name of the first coin-operated, commercially successful pinball machine? Tough question. Is it A, the Orb, B, Flickerball, C, Pinball, or D, Baffleball? Well, with its initial release in 1931, the answer is D. Baffleball was the first ever commercially successful pinball machine. It saw success due to it being released during the Great Depression, where there was a large demand for low-cost games. I'm a huge fan of pinball myself, and my dad and I used to travel the country seeking out what was left of the legendary pinball halls. Pinball has seen a huge resurgence recently, but every machine owner knows that the cost to maintain a pinball machine is insanely expensive. Next question, question 3 is a tough one, so buckle up. What popular food franchise was created by the founder of Atari? Is it A, Chuck E. Cheese, B, Applebee's, C, Outback Steakhouse, or D, Carl's Jr.? Well, not only did Nolan Bushnell found Atari, but he also founded A, Chuck E. Cheese. These two companies would change American youth lives forever. And there's honestly not much that Nolan Bushnell didn't do. He was even Steve Jobs' boss at one point in his career. Moving on to question 4, what was Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES, known as in Japan? Is it A, the NES, B, Nintendo Gaming System, C, Famicom, or D, GameCube? With a rough launch due to its unappealing lineup of Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., and Popeye launching in 1983, the answer is C, the Famicom. Super Mario Bros. Would launch in 1985 alongside the US version of the NES. So Japanese players would actually have to wait 2 full years until they were able to be called upon to save the Mushroom Kingdom. And now for the last question of the day, question 5. What is the best-selling PlayStation game of all time? Is it A, Final Fantasy VII, B, Gran Turismo, C, Tekken 3, or D, Uncharted 3? Well, the PlayStation is home to many classics, but the legendary racing sim B, Gran Turismo, is the best-selling PlayStation game of all time. In fact, so many people played it over Christmas that PlayStation actually thought they were under a DOS attack. Crazy. Well, that concludes today's round of Soul Play to Earn Takeover Week. I've been your host, Ian Feiner. Thank you so much for playing. Make sure you jump in our Discord, discord.gg/Freckle. It's never gonna change, y'all, to be included in our weekly prize raffles. We'll see you again tomorrow for our final day of video game trivia. Thanks for playing. What's up, Freckle family? It's Friday, TGIF, July 22nd, and I'm your daily trivia host, Ian Feiner, aka Lord Trivia himself. Freckle Daily Trivia consists of 5 everyday questions with weekly rotating topics. Each day you play earns you a raffle ticket towards amazing weekly prize draws like NFT airdrops, whitelist, toys, collectibles, and more. Our prizes just keep getting better. Make sure you stay tuned for next week. The prizes are pretty cool. This week is a Soul Play to Earn gaming takeover. And as you know, we've partnered with MetaOps, Glizzy Royale, and Soulcraft to bring you a 3-way team up for Soul Play to Earn gaming, and the theme has been video game trivia. Today is our last day of video game trivia. Prizes this week are airdrops from our Solana gaming partners that give you access to their incredible play-to-earn ecosystems, and also up for grabs are Funko Pop toys, NFT laser engravers, and maybe some assorted video games we might just throw into the mix. We'll announce some more stuff in our Discord. Before we start, check out all of the videos from our sponsors from this week. Soulcraft, Meta Ops, and Glizzy Royale. Thank you so much. Check out the videos.
I'm so crafty, but I made a rap about Soulcraft. If you ask me, it's the best play to throw your dope at. Get a land parcel with a snow cap, with the dashboard set your tax. As a landowner, you catch no flack. Players got a mind for they soul stacked. Like, oh damn, I gotta go back. I'm going too fast, most won't understand it. Solanite, hold it tight with goals.
Thank you to our Sol sponsors for sponsoring this week of trivia. I don't know if anyone in here is in the Sol ecosystem, but if you win, this is a great way to get started. I hope to see you guys using your NFTs and playing in either Soulcraft, Glizzy Royale, or Meta Ops. If you play Meta Ops, prepare to have your butt kicked by me. Now, let's get it started with the first question of the day. Question 1, Nintendo is a Japanese word meaning what? Is it A, success? B, family game time, C, television game, or D, leave luck to heaven? Well, the Japanese letters break down to this: nin meaning to entrust, ten meaning the heavens, and do relating to locations. So the answer is D, leave luck to heaven. Nintendo got its start with a Japanese playing card game, Hanafudu, which was a luck-based gambling game, so you had to be lucky to win. Now I hope you all get lucky on question number 2. What was the first mobile phone game? Is it A, Tetris, B, Snake, C, Pong, or D, Centipede? Well, coming preloaded on all Nokia phones starting in 1997, showing off what games on mobile devices could be, the answer is B. Snake was the first ever mobile phone game. Snake would start to get other phone developers into placing games on their phones, which would lead to where we are now. In fact, over 50% of all gaming revenue comes from mobile gaming, with over 628 million users worldwide. Freckle Trivia is one of those games. Next one is for all my Counter-Strike fans. What is the most popular map in Counter-Strike? Is it A, Rust, B, Dome, C, Dust 2, or D, Train? Well, if you've ever played Counter-Strike, then this should be an easy one. The answer is C, Dust 2. Due to its strong balance and small layout, it quickly became one of the most popular choice for Counter-Strike servers and tournaments. As a former competitive Counter-Strike player myself, I preferred Office to Dust 2, but I'm pretty sure I'm alone there. On to question 4. What is the name of the cat-like race in Skyrim? Is it A, Redguard, B, Orc, C, Khajiit, or D, Warlock? Well, one of the 10 playable races, the answer is C, Khajiit, the cat-like race in Skyrim. They are known for their natural agility and stealth. The game has many other races that believe that all of them are thieves, so there's a pretty strong prejudice against them and serves as a lightweight form of social commentary. Last question of the Soul Gaming Takeover Week. This is a hard one. What year was Nintendo founded as a company? Is it A, 1950, B, 1889, C, 1980, or D, 1969? Well, this may come to you as a shock, but Nintendo was founded all the way back in B, 1889. If you have been playing Freckle Trivia since week 2, then you should know that Nintendo got their start by making playing cards called Hanafuda, which was a luck-based gambling game that they made from 1889 all the way to 1949. I actually looked it up. Those Hanafuda cards, if you have them in good condition, are worth quite a bit of money. And that concludes our week of Soul Play to Earn Takeover Gaming Trivia. I've been your host, Ian Finer, and thank you so much for playing this week. Make sure you jump in our Discord, discord.gg/Freckle, to be included in our weekly prize raffles. We'll see you again next week with a very special partner, the Food Fighters Universe, aka the founders of the Bored and Hungry restaurant in Southern California, and we're bringing a delicious week of food trivia to you. Hope to see you then. Bring your appetites and have a great weekend. Thanks for playing.